Tired of the same old at business events? Well, this is not the same as last year. The podcast where we blow up the boring and lead the charge into the attendee-first era of business events. I'm Clare, Forestier, a business event MC obsessed with transforming audiences from passive observers into dynamic participants at events. Each week we'll challenge the conventions, share actionable tips, and hear from fellow event rebels who are mastering the engagement game. Imagine your attendees begging for more after your next event. That's the magic of prioritising their experience. Ready to ditch the dull and create corporate events your audiences will rave about? Then you've found your tribe. Join the movement. Welcome to Not the Same as Last Year. Today, I want to be talking about something that I think is sorely missing in our events, in our B2B events. To illustrate this, I want to take you on a little journey, and it's one that starts not in a conference centre, but at a rock concert. And not just any concert, but a Bruce Springsteen concert. Now, if you know me, you'll know I'm a diehard Springsteen fan. I've been to see him countless times. But here's the thing, why do I keep going back, even though I know it'll be the songs I know, and it will be potentially a similar experience. The E Street Band will be doing their thing, you know, Jake Clemens will play his saxophone and Oz will be on the trombone, all those kind of things. And every time I'm going to go, I have to go through some of the same stress, the anxiety of getting the tickets, making sure I get a good spot, knowing that I'm going to be standing for a long time. And let's be honest, I'm not getting any younger. It's exhausting, but I always have to be standing near the front. And yet I keep going back and I'm drawn in every single time. And you know what? It's for one simple reason, the emotion that I get from that experience, from being at that event. Now, I snagged tickets to see Bruce 3 times last year. And just planning for these gigs really was brilliant. It rekindled a group chat with some old friends. We hadn't seen much of each other lately. Suddenly we're all talking all the time. We're sharing our ticket details, our travel plans, funny Springsteen memes, even setlist predictions. You know, a vibrant community has actually really sprung up around these events of people that we've met in the queue and so on. And that is the magic too. Community. There's this buzz, there's this shared excitement that keeps growing as the concert gets closer. And unlike most business events, Springsteen gigs sell out early. We are diehard fans, and that sense of community actually helps strengthen our commitment in going. Now, for Bruce's last tour, one of the dates, I think it was last year's tour actually, we all got standing room tickets for the front of the pit at the Aston Villa gig. Most of my friends were going to say, well, we'll arrive in the evening of the gig and we'll stand when we can. We know we're in the pit at the front. But I was like, no, I'm going to go front row. I've never managed to do it. So I turned up a few days early. I got a hand stamp. I sent a photo of my hand with the number 38 on it to our WhatsApp group, which meant I was 38 in the queue. And within 3 hours, all my friends had shown up too, because that was the power of the community and the emotion, this FOMO that they had, it fueled by our shared passion. It got everyone to the venue days early. We got our hand stamp. We had to go back, 2 or 3 times a day for 3 days to guarantee it. But that was this magic ingredient that got us there. And that's what is missing from most B2B events. Okay, so what does emotion have to do with business events? Well, really everything. The reality is most of our events don't have any emotional pull. They don't create the same sort of excitement and anticipation that people get at a rock concert. The thing that got all those Swifties queuing up round the world this year to go and see Taylor Swift, that thing that gets you so fired up and fully engaged. But let's be honest, most of us don't get the same thrill when we think about our company's annual conference as we do about our favourite band's gig. There is no real countdown on the calendar for that, no buzzy group chats. And why? Because we are missing those key ingredients like community, joy, and emotion. I want to clarify something though when I'm talking about this joy and excitement. It doesn't mean your event has to have all the razzmatazz that a concert will have. I actually cringe a bit when I hear event planners say, oh, we've got some budget for some glitz and glamour to our event. That will get the wow factor. That will get people coming. They think they need like a personality or a really amazing light display or some flashy element to make their event stand out. And yeah, that's part of a rock concert, but let's not get confused about what really makes these events so powerful. For a start, I don't think the Swifties go because there's going to be a fireworks display. I don't go to see Bruce because of the staging or the lights. It isn't those special effects. It is not even the loud music or the celebrity, although, yes, that is part of it. It's the emotion, it's the fun, it's the joy, it's that, feeling part of a group of people having an amazing time that makes you go back again and again. So please don't misunderstand that and go, we've got to make our events razzmatazzy. You want to replicate the feeling that a rock concert would give, the connection, the excitement, the sense of being part of something big, bigger than you. That's what we need to focus on. It's a clear lesson, isn't it? If we want to make our attendees sticky and come back each year and really engage and be genuinely excited about our events, we've got to focus actually on creating this real amazing sense of community and shared experience. And I talked about this a lot with Liz Lathan in my episode about community. I think that was way back in episode 5. And of course, it all starts, like my ones with Bruce do, with what you're talking about before the event. You can get this community going. You can create these spaces, dedicated WhatsApp group, social media pages, online forums where attendees are connecting and sharing and building excitement. You're giving them a reason to talk and engage and feel like they're part of something bigger. I know a lot of people who are going to IMEX this year in Las Vegas. I'm sadly not going. And they're all talking already about what they're going to do when they get there and meeting up and making sure that people have someone to do things with. And of course, I'm not saying IMEX is the perfect event. Haven't been, couldn't tell you. I've been to IMEX in Frankfurt, but not IMEX in Vegas. But the point is they're getting this community going. It's almost happening, I don't even think with part of the IMEX organizers, but it's making it exciting and it's giving someone like me who's not going FOMO. You need to be planning as well for emotional moments at these events. There's little things that just touch you. So how do you inspire emotion? How do we get emotion? Well, we use it by storytelling. I'm telling you stories now about IMEX and we can go, oh yeah, that sounds great, but much more deeper than that. Incorporate those sort of elements into your marketing before the event, during the event. Getting those really powerful speakers and sharing what they're going to be talking about as well is really helpful. You want to be encouraging audience participation and ownership. My friends are all talking about IMEX, how they're going to do it, how it's going to work for them. And that's the same thing you could be including in your marketing, encouraging this sense that we're going to be heard and valued. And what we do at this event is going to be part of a community that we'll get to do again and so on. So you want those roundtables, those mini workshops, those little focus groups during the event where all these ideas and thoughts and takeaways can be shared, so that you might be going to hear a speaker, but then you're being able to talk about it afterwards with a group of people, all that kind of thing. So you're feeling that you're contributing to the event. You're not just attending. Like at a rock concert, if Bruce was standing there on stage with the E Street Band singing and nobody was singing back at him and waving and sharing funny posters that he sometimes notes and sees and comments on, or their choices for the music, and he talks to people in the audience and he gives his harmonica to kids, it wouldn't work if we weren't there. And we're making it. That audience, the thousands of people who go are making it. You've got to build this sort of sense of this amazingness where people can't miss it through this unique experience. So you're offering them something they can't get anywhere else. Now, sometimes it is exclusive content. It is a unique speaker or even a fun activity that ties into the event's theme. So they're like, this always happens. It's brilliant. I can't miss that. Imagine if I didn't go. You have those people who go, well, I go to Glastonbury every single year. I've been for 26 years. They don't want to miss a year because the FOMO is now built so strong that there's no way they could not go. That's what you want in your B2B event. And that is all emotion. Emotion is what brings people back to see Bruce again and again and again. And it's what will make your attendees keep coming back to your events. It's about these memorable, meaningful, engaging experiences that are so often missing at business conferences. So yeah, you're going to get some people come back every year because it's their association. It's very important for their business to make the contacts. But you're still every year going, well, are they all going to come back, or are they going to find something else? Or maybe they're just, you don't know every year if you'll keep doing the same old. If you're going, we're going to make this event very, very memorable and meaningful, bring more emotion and think, what can we do to create that community, that excitement, that feeling of belonging, so that they will definitely come back. If you can tap into that, you're actually not just going to have attendees, you're going to have fans. Okay, that's all for today. I hope it's given you some ideas on how you might be able to make things more emotional. And I hope you'll join me again next week when I'm going to be talking about repurposing content. Sounds like the most dull subject, but it's not. It's how if you don't do it, you are literally pouring money down the drain. See you then.
And there you have it. I hope you're inspired to revolutionize the attendee experience at your next event. Ready to dive deeper? Download your free guide, 5 ways to elevate your attendee experience without breaking the bank. The link is in the show notes. Subscribe to Not the Same as Last Year podcast, connect with me, Clare Forestier, on LinkedIn, or visit my YouTube channel for even more tips and insights to make your events a hit with your attendees. Don't forget to leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Your feedback is going to fuel my mission. Stay tuned next week for another episode packed with inspiring ideas and practical strategies to put your attendee first.